Okay, let's continue on with more. Oh, I think 30 enemies with a shotgun. That's the first time that's come up for me before. Continue on with more Resident Evil 4 Remake. Well, before we do this, we're going to go through and check to see what extra stuff we unlocked, because for some reason I don't remember. I guess I didn't pause the game when I last played. Check. Let's see what new art we got. I mean, we played as Ashley for the most part, so it'd probably just be some of the treasures. Justicia statue. Some of these are new as well, I thought. Maybe they're not. I don't know. Weird that it's like it doesn't. There it is. So, challenges. Let's see what the challenges were. I think the challenges was just the one that we just completed. We're at 11,700 CP. I'm not sure what CP. I think CP is for getting all those extra coins, but I'm not trying to get those anyway. But yeah, we're right at the end of chapter 9, so pretty much once I load the game up, I'll be going and doing the puzzle to get out of here. Not the puzzle, sorry. I've just got to put the thing into the locker thing. Leon is finally reunited with Ashley, but he finds her paralyzed with guilt for what she's done. Oh wait, sorry, we've already read this from the last stream because we're still in chapter 9. Been in chapter 9 for a long while. But we're literally right at the end. We have to put something into the clock, I think. I can't remember what it was exactly, but pretty sure that's what we have to do. I think that was what it was. It's like you have to open up the door with the shield-shaped slot or whatever. We have to open this up with insignia. Put the insignia in, and then I think this ends the. Pretty sure this ends the end of the chapter.
Ashley, are you all right?
Yeah.
We should be back to playing as Leon,
I'll get you out.
and we. At least I think we will be. Oh, actually, no, that. Yeah, because this is where they. I thought I saw a level a bit of.
Try this.
Can you make it down? I can catch you.
That's a big drop if you even if you.
I think so.
That doesn't look like a safe drop. Nope, she's been taken.
Ashley!
Oh, she's been taken by one of the. She's been taken by a. Oh no. Been taken by one of the summoner enemies. Yeah, they're gonna take a little bit more shots than that. Alright, there's the end of the chapter. As I said, it was gonna be like right at the start of the game thing. Because I literally got to the end, so. Alright. Played chapter 9, which... The chapter 9 took us like 3 hours, 18 hours. It's more like 2.5 probably. Or 2:45 or something like that. 60 enemies killed, 5 deaths. Accuracy is bad, but being damaged a lot more times. But it's what it is. Let's save the game. Save. Because now we play as Leon. We're gonna have to try and rescue. We're gonna have to rescue. Ashley here. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we're able to get through the castle. I wonder how long that's going to take. Oh, Ada's back.
So, what's become of the amber?
Sorry, nothing
Wait,
yet.
there's an enemy right behind you.
But my little helper is creating quite the commotion. Everything will work out just fine.
As long as you can keep your dog under control.
He's a good boy. Predictable.
Fine. Keep your mutt. But don't come crying to me if you get bit.
Oh, that's, yeah. Alright, so I guess now we have to just exit out of here. Okay, I'm trying to remember what ammo I have. I think we're fine for ammo for just a little bit. Alright, so we're playing chapter 10 now, so... besides the door we're meant to go with, there's the treasures that we have to pick up with, we have to pick them up with, we've got to pick the treasures up with, what's his name?
Leon, changed your mind yet?
Ada?
Assuming you haven't, I've got a tip for you. Seems like something big is about to go down in the throne room. Babysitting's tough, huh?
Hey, Ada! Ada! Perfect.
Alright, so we're heading to... Well, this is the ballroom, we haven't been in here yet. They said the throne room. And we've still got a treasure over there to get, and... Still got 18 treasures that we haven't got yet, because there's at least 3 there. 1 there. There's... Oh, wait a second, we might end up coming back out here anyway because of where she was. That makes me think that, yeah. I'm curious now as to where, we've got a lot of treasures to do. Okay, so now we have to go and, some treasures that we're able to grab. We need to grab, don't know if any of the enemies we've shot here are gonna give me any ammo. Is it near the area that we're supposed to go? Okay, the throne room's over there. So I did mention the ballroom, but that was different. So I'm guessing the way we're supposed to go is this way? Because I need to find out where the treasures are. I need to grab the treasures first. Okay, is it these? Like a perfume bottle, emerald, and a sapphire. Okay, so it's these 3. Grab those. So there's a request, and then we need to backtrack to the mausoleum. Where's the request? Request is in here, and then we have to backtrack to the mausoleum, which is this way. Be a request in here. Done this. Do need to make sure I've got all my weapons ready, because make sure I've got all the weapons ready. There's the request. Seek a brave soul willing to dispose of that monstrosity of a knight, but be warned, it is much stronger than the others. Cut down our best with a single strike. Beat the strong threat. Mausoleum, we need 8 spinels. Get 8 spinels for that. Where was the mausoleum? Where's the mausoleum? I'm trying to remember which area that was. I think it's... Oh, right. Oh, the mausoleum. We need to go to the mausoleum, which is the, where Ashley was, yeah. Alright, so... Also need to, where are we? Okay, so what we're doing is we're going through the door to the right. Going here now. Okay, so the way I went left, the way that I went left there is that's the way to where we're supposed to go. We need to go right first. And there's we need to find the final rat. This way. Yeah, so this is. Oh, we're gonna have to deal with a lot of knights. There's gonna be a lot of those enemies that are alive in that area. Alright, we're looking for a rat. Yeah, I don't have a lot of ammo. Need to look for this rat. Because there's a pest that I need to kill. There, I think. So we got rid of that. Then we've got to go into the... Okay, so in this area we have to... there's a gold suit of armor, as well as two others. We need to fight the... We need to defeat the gold armor. And there's two other enemies that have armor on them as well.
Yes.
So obviously we need to explore. Heading into the mausoleum, which is here, because that's where it's the merciless knight. But we don't have to fight. I don't believe we have to fight all the knights that are here. We only have to fight the ones that are. Hang on. Although now that I'm here, I can at least break some of these things for ammo. Gotta look out for them as I find them. There's gonna be a lot of, because I remember being in these rooms and there was heaps of stuff to break. Like in some of these areas there was heaps of stuff to break. So it's just a matter of remembering where. Yes, because I remember in here there was lots of knights. I'm trying to remember, like, in the actual thing. In this room here there was lots. This room here was where there was knights that spawned. Everything else was coming as it went, and then in here there was like a room full of knights that we couldn't do anything about. But they also frozen at a certain point as well. So we need to head to. So there's going to be one gold knight and two silver ones. So we have to take all of them out. Anyway. Granted, they're not as hard as they're not actually. Well, we dealt with them more because they were the amount of damage that they did to us. So the amount they can kill Ashley in one shot because Ashley doesn't have a health bar. I believe in the original game Ashley has a health bar. They removed that. Right, so you can see that there's a knight in here. I don't know if they're alive yet. The knight right there that we have to deal with. I don't know where the rest of them are. This room was full of knights. If you remember last time that were. Trying to sneak through to see if I can grab any ammo that's other stuff because we're gonna need it. A lot of ammo. The ammo I get here is fine because defeating these enemies is not too hard actually. I think they're both like over there. There's like all three of them. As long as they stay.
Alright.
Now they're alive.
Time to get medieval on your ass.
So the The gold knight we can only attack via from behind, I believe. I'm trying to get away. Also, that catching up was very fast. So the gold-plated knight can only be attacked from. The gold-plated knight can only be attacked from behind. Okay, so those knights are still there. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get around to gold knight. One down. Oh, where did the other one go? So now I gotta try and figure out how to get behind, like, this one here is, thing points behind his head. Yeah, his thing's only behind his head, and we can't. Yeah, and it's very fast. I think we needed to like lure him into attacking us. Because then he has to lunge, and then we can shoot the thing from behind. I can't shoot him while he's. I've got to be also very careful because I don't think I have any. Do I have healing items? I have healing items, but I don't have any. I have healing items, but I don't have any that are like super. What's his name? Careful. There's got to be a better way to deal with this. The issue that I have is that, yeah, like the issue that I have is that I don't have enough. The issue there is that I do not have enough. Won't get very far attacking the areas protected by the armor. Instead, aim for the scarcely visible. Yeah, that's the issue. I don't have any. Well, I have 2 healing items, but they're not. Great. Probably gonna have to redo that fight again. Alright, I can deal with the other 2, but the big issue is going to be the one that's in the gold-plated armor. Yeah, I also didn't get any ammo from that. I could use flash grenade because those things are weak to flash grenades. I think they are weak. I think they're weak to flash grenades. I can stun them. That's the issue. Like flash grenades will stun them. That means that I can at least get rid of the gold-plated guys. So maybe that's what I need to do. Use the flash grenades. So it's probably better to use the flash grenades first. Because at least because it's like, then I'm not wasting as much ammo. I have 8 flash grenades apparently. Yeah, these are all flash grenades, so I have plenty of flash grenades I can use, so maybe I should just do that.
Time to get medieval on your asses.
Okay, that didn't actually do what I... Oh! Maybe I'm supposed to, like, break them out of their armor. That didn't do anything. Surprising, I don't know why that... I'm surprised that that didn't do anything. I have normal grenades, so maybe I can try those. Probably should just take them out. Okay, I'm just load the autosave. It's saying that I can use... What I don't understand, it was saying that I could use flash grenades to stun them, and yet it didn't do anything. Might have to look up how to deal with the culture. Because, like, I'll try using normal grenades don't seem to really do a lot of damage. I could probably try and do normal grenades just to... So at least if I can expose the... So the spawns are random each time, because we've got magnum ammo. But, if I try normal grenades here, at least it'll blast their armor away, I guess.
Alright. Time to get medieval on your asses. Here you go.
Okay, so now we've exposed... He's still going.
Present for you.
Right, now we'll try those. Now we'll try those. Okay, that's what we have to do.
Yeah, that's right.
Constantly using flash grenades is not good. Constantly using flash grenades wouldn't have done any damage, but the grenades on the that's fine. So using grenades there. Using the grenades, blasted the... Because I wasn't able to get to the Yellow Knight's, Gold Knight's armor, so... Using grenades to blast away at the thing at least got rid of it, and then once they all became exposed to... Once they all became exposed to the thing at that point, using a flash grenade instantly killed. Alright, so we've... unfortunately I had to waste all my grenades, but I'd rather waste the grenades than waste ammo, because I can at least get the grenades back, because I've been getting quite a lot of grenades. I've still got plenty of grenades left for flash ones as well. I should have kept that in mind as well, like, whenever those are exposed. Alright, because it mentions, like, if you have flash grenades you can stun them, but that doesn't work, because I tried using it and it didn't stun them at all, so I just thought, okay, I'll just use normal grenades. Use normal grenades and then expose them with the flash ones. So we're going to go back to the library. We're going back to the library and we're using the cubic device to grab an assault rifle. And then apparently, if you've already picked up this item in a previous playthrough, it becomes a gold bar in the things. That's interesting. Grab that. I think there should be anything else. I know I wasted like a whole bunch of grenades, but I haven't. I guess it's also a good thing that I had them saved for so long. Now we have to head back to the library. where... And, like, the reason why I used the grenades there is because, like, I couldn't expose the yellow, so it's, like, at least... And that's weird, though, because, like, grenades do not do a lot of damage to the... actual armor. So we need to head to the library now. I'm not sure if there's any enemies that are... This is where we're going. I don't know if there's any enemies in there. There should be, because there was several in before, but at least I'm not gonna use the, Like, that's the issue. I used 6 hand grenades to blow up that armor for the enemy, and yet... used 6 grenades, and yet it only exposed them after the 6th one. But it took like 5 grenades to expose them. Alright. Knights are in here, so... need to keep an eye on where they are. I can hear them. There should be at least 2 in here. There's 1. We can at least draw them out towards the... We can at least draw them out towards the doorway. I know that they're going to come this way. What I'm trying to do. If they want to come... there's probably multiples of them in there. I don't know how many of them there are. Yeah. And look, there's a second one. Yep, there it is. I enjoy playing these enemies when I do the other ones. There should only be 2 knights in here, because, pretty sure that was how many there were in when Ashley was in here. And all the rest of them, I think, chased us. If there's more, it's fine. Also gonna gain... Actually, wait a second, we have an assault rifle. Means we're going to be able to use this now, because we're going to be getting an assault rifle, which should actually be useful. We can now use the rifle ammo. I need to keep an eye on... I should also be checking in this area again, because there's going to be several of these that I can just recruit. Need to remember this. Reload my weapons as well. So we want to have the 2 teeth up top, a square to the left, and a tooth to the we just need to... How do I... This apparently gives us an assault rifle. We need to make some room. Alright, how many spots is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, that's 14. So 2 by 7. Actually, I did have a healing item. I had a first aid spray. I didn't realize I had the first aid spray here. Alright, so it's just a matter of reorganizing the inventory. We may as well just try and make this spot. try and make free up this one. I do have the space. I just need to put it somewhere. Need 2 by 7. I do have the space because I know that I do have the space. I have 4, 8, 12, 16 slots. That's not 16. It's a matter of 8. So I need 2 more. Need to put a better spot. Not gonna work. Need to. This should work. Then we can move this across. Like as it is, like it's full. It's on the shortcut. So now we have a way to use that as well. Alright. Next up is above the library. We have to go to the typewriter room, and then there's we use the box there as well. Before I leave this area, I want to just make sure that I've grabbed any of the I want to make sure that I've grabbed any of the I want to make sure that I've grabbed the impossible vases, because those things will at least because they weren't available for when I was playing actually. I think I can head up this way. Get to there, because that elevator won't work anymore. I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be a... I'm pretty sure that there was an armor piece. Here's something, but I want to just... There's Jim, hold on. Grab the book. Yeah. Now that we have access to a rifle, I don't need to buy that other rifle. An assault rifle is better than the other one that we... This... The matter of doing that. No, not quite. links. Gonna sell for 15,000. It's gonna sell for, and we can inlay with jewels. Now we need to put down a ladder to return to the Great Hall. Yeah, and then it's gonna mention about like go to the merchant, sell, and you can, if you have up to the 5th upgrade level available for weapons, you can buy all the upgrades to get the exclusive ones. But I'm not gonna sell anything right now because don't want to sell anything right now because of in case we need it for something else. And also, I can probably sell the items for. I think when I get to the end, I will sell the items only because I think the way that it works is each different playthrough you do, you can go back and get all those items. So there's no reason to not sell the items like right at the end to get the best stuff possible. This takes us back to where Ashley was. There'll be a ladder that I can go down, and then we're gonna head back to the merchant. Head back to the merchant, get those 2 requests sorted out, and then we'll see if we can get any upgrades for stuff. Kick the ladder down, Leon, and then proceed to not use the ladder to jump down. To climb down, just jump down.
So that's a request done and dusted, eh? Good stuff, mate.
We already got the one in here, didn't we? I'll save the game just in case.
I knew I could count on you. Got some rare things
he's actually got
sale,
different.
stranger.
Actually has different stuff now. At the striker, semi-automatic shotgun. I think that might be, if I compare the current, we have I think the riot gun is the thing. So, if we compare what so the best, if we compare these 2 shotguns, we compare both of these shotguns together, the best, it's buying the striker would actually get us be better. So that means I might end up selling the riot gun to get the thing, and that would be a good thing to do. That's a bolt action rifle. That's a magnum, which uses separate. That would at least give us a magnum pistol to use, but by small resources now. The case upgrade is still there. Heavy grenade.
Not seen anything you like, stranger.
Bolts. But yeah, as I said, we can now buy like
if you want a fighting
mentioning
chance,
like
you best.
Like, I don't want to sell the items yet because I don't think I need to. We have access to the 5th upgrade, which is like the thing. If you buy every upgrade, you can purchase the exclusive upgrade, and then it becomes mastered. So, have a look what we do. Since we got this for free, that's another thing. We got this for free as well. Nothing to sell right now. I don't think I can even sell the cube.
I'll buy almost anything.
We have a lot of stuff to sell. Once it gets to a point where I have a lot of stuff to sell, I'll probably end up figuring out what to do next. Okay, so what else can we trade for? Why is this highlighted? I remember we already had that.
Heal a man, kill a man, they do it all.
Okay, I don't understand this. So for 2 Spinels, I can get 10 times gunpowder, or I can get for 3 Spinels. I can buy 10 gunpowder. Why is that there? That's weird. gonna try and figure out what I want to do.
Why not try your hand at a new gun, stranger? Might save
This
your life.
Shotgun is better than the current one that I have. If I sell the
your valuables won't do you much good in the grave.
Riot gun's worth 14,000 if I sell it, which means I'll be on 27,000. Which then wouldn't be enough because this costs 38,000. So that means
you'll get some
27,000 I'll be on. So I'm not gonna. I want to obviously get this as the upgrade, but I don't want to do it right now, only because getting it would we'd need more, I think, right now. So that means we should just upgrade some of our weapons. Tune up the weapons, make sure that they're. Knight's pretty good. We don't need to worry about it. Durability we can't
lack of skill, friend.
Body armor is also fine. Body armor is fine. Combat knife, the power, we don't need to worry about it. See what else we can. We're gonna create ammo capacity for. I think this weapon I'm gonna keep. This weapon I'm selling. Increases from 20 to 23. $12,000. Can only get one upgrade. I'm thinking about getting the ammo upgrade for the.
This kind of work is about finesse,
that I need to really worry about.
Little bit goes a long way.
Durability for the it's barely damaged, and then same thing for this. It's barely damaged. I think I'll just leave it.
Got a selection to come back anytime.
Right. Obviously, when I sell, when I go and sell everything, I'm gonna have a lot of money to be able to purchase stuff. So I'll probably get briefcase upgrades, things like that. That way we can hold more stuff. And like to be able to get the exclusive upgrade, I need to spend 30 Spinels, or I need to buy every upgrade. So I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna do for that. So if you go back through the room we went through, so this time we're gonna meet some new enemies. Alright, so we're gonna have some new enemies like come out here. We wanna go. Wait. We're heading back to heading back this way now. But because Ada was outside, I'm thinking that we have to return to somewhere at this point, because like this is here and it was locked, so and everywhere that I've mentioned it's not thing. As far as I know we're not locked it. And like you gotta think like this area here is that area was locked. I have a feeling we do have to come back. I would hate that I've missed something, but I don't think that I have. What's that for? That's a. Oh, that's a typewriter. Heading towards. So I think now we head into the new area, which is the right, and then. Yeah, I didn't see those. Didn't see those coming. They die very fast.
Fucking monsters.
I didn't see where those were. Apparently they camouflage, so I'll need to figure out like if there's a way to see them. These are gonna be annoying. Not sure how obvious they are. How obvious they are to see. So I wasn't necessarily looking for them. And then take a couple of shots. So we need to activate 2 switches, and this room's full of those camouflaged enemies. So we need to head down the stairs, and at the center of the area there's a ruby that we can shoot. I'm just trying to see if I can see on my... They're saying that some of them are camouflaged on the floor and on the thing. I don't see them. I don't see anything. So I need to see what it looks like when I see them camouflaged as well. I need to pay attention. Because if I can tell how they're camouflaged or what they're supposed to look like when they're thing, I might be able to tell. Chronicles of Pursuit 1. July, 2 years since my awakening. Master Romain has bestowed upon me a truly righteous undertaking to improve upon the flaws of our human form. Seek perfection as observed in our arthropodal siblings. To this cause I shall willingly devote my life. January, 4 years since my awakening. My efforts to transfuse the black liquid into the body are at the precipice of success. The womb is the key. Pure soul proves to be highly malleable and adaptive subject. January, 6 years since my awakening. I've named the sacred lava carried in the wombs of the chosen U-11 after my own. They shall carry the prestige of my family name, but as if I had spawned them of my own flesh. Maybe it's the U2. The U2 are now close to the size of adult humans and continue to feed and multiply as the credited species. Master Romain has recognized my efforts and blessed me with his praise. He has taken the U2, calling them Novistador, meaning the unseen. Been told that His Holiness Lord Sadler himself has also expressed pleasure with my work. What an extraordinary honor this is. I can hardly see the tip of my quill through the tears of joy. His humble servant, Isidro Uriarte Oliveira. So, he's created these invisible ones that I can't see. Apparently in this room there's going to be heaps of them. Skies. I see what they look like. Let's see if I can like spot any of them. Not sure what I'm supposed to be looking for. I mean, if they start flying around, it's fine, but at least I'll know where they are if I see them. We need to go downstairs first. And then take a couple of shots, so... Heaps of them. Jesus, heaps
Wow,
of them.
Lord, you are really slacking on your pest control. Next.
It's like dry very fast. Okay, so if they go down to the ground, I should take advantage of, if they go onto the ground, I should take advantage of, them falling. Didn't know that I could, do that. Alright, so apparently... Ah, okay, we're in the ballroom now. I guess they mean this one is the one that we're going for first. Okay, I see now. There's another two over there.
One down.
They go down in like 2 shots. And at least if I take it slow. At least if I take it slow, they're gonna have to fly up. Here another one, I just don't know where it is. Oh, sorry. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so if they're just gonna pop out, it's fine, because we can just deal with them as I go. Not too bad. Need to know where they're gonna be. So I probably should just explore around here first, just to make sure I deal with the enemies. If they attack me, they're not doing a ton of damage. Boot knife. I mean, I can use the first aid spray. I can also craft something. But I'd rather save the first aid spray. Shotgun shells, or I'm trying to think what is more important right now. I have plenty of handgun ammo. I think shotgun shells are probably more important right now. Because I only have a very small amount of them. And also, if we come across any more enemies with shields, that's a big issue, because they do a lot of damage. Well, not a lot of it, they take a lot of damage and we need the shotgun shell. Looking for the... Oh, there's an actual thing grenade. Right here. It's apparently a bob that we need to go. Am I looking for one of those cast things again? Hanging under, head down the stairs to the ground level, center of the area with a bunch of rubble is hanging underneath this section. You can walk under. There's a metal. Okay, there's a metal cage under. Metal cage is under here, I guess. I didn't see that. Oh, there it is. All right. What else have we got to do? And then circle around to the north side of the room. Shelves near a ladder, so we have to go. We're going here now, and then we get the next treasure. So where did we come from? We came down here. No, did we drop down? I don't remember what we did. I want to make sure that I check all these like areas, only because we can get extra ammunition and stuff. Right, other ones here. I see a flame for a. I see a flame for a merchant. I also hear an insect thing somewhere. I don't see it. There it is. Good. Okay. Beetle. Should be all good. So I think we just go off the ladder now. Up a ladder, and then there's enemies. The level. The enemies don't worry me because they don't take too much damage. Still not sure what I'm supposed to be looking for to tell for the signs of knowing that they're around. But this at least allows me to take my time. But I mean just wasting ammo, or I can just focus solely on shooting them. I think that's the first gate. Now we have to drop down. So now, center of the room up the stairs. South. Okay, so now we're heading up this way. We need to go up these other stairs to do all this thing. There's a lever there as well. Right, there's a... Oh. Yeah. Near the gate where we have to go. Go to these stairs here. No way for me to sneak up on these enemies anyway, so it's better for me to just yeah. Pretty sure it's probably coming from behind. Yeah, I want to make sure I explore first. I didn't see any outside. I feel like it's. Oh, right there. I'm wondering, is it better for me to run up to them and shoot? So it's better for me to shoot and then, or is it better for me to save my ammo,
Keep coming.
That time he shot one of them and it died him. I wonder if that's a hint, if it says that they keep coming, as in, like... I've had stuff like that not be... I probably should be preserving my knife, but, Oh, there's a red up there. We can combine this. Alright, because I'm nearly at the end, I'm gonna go through this way to see what's here. I guess now we just head into the area. Okay, so we need to shoot counterweights. And, oh, okay, so we have to shoot counterweights, and then we're in a room full of Gyarados. There is... Oh, so we're going to reach the antechamber. There's going to be 2 Gyarados, if you remember. Those were the enemies that can't see us, but they can hear us. And one of them is a heavily armored one, along with a number of other enemies that continually spawn. Now, the good thing is that the Gyarados themselves will hit and kill other enemies if they get near. So, if you hit there's bells, and then they'll charge into them. But I am guessing that what I can do is well, I have to see what I'm dealing with in the room first. But, depends on what other enemies I'm dealing with in the room, I should say. There's a merchant over there, so... Was that the merchant leading back to... What way is that? I see him... I said somewhere else. It just depends on what enemies I'm dealing with. I don't have any space. However, I do need to heal, so... I make... work on... I don't know what's going to happen in this room. Probably gonna have to use a lot of the ammo that I have anyway. It depends on what enemies I'm dealing with as well. I know that there's 2 Gyarados in the room, plus a whole bunch of other enemies that apparently continuously spawn. Now, I don't know if they continuously spawn, as in they keep spawning until the Gyarados are defeated. Because that might be what happens. If that's the case, then I need to focus on killing the Gyarados first.
There's gotta be a way to lower that drawbridge.
Also interesting that yeah, we've still got a lot of treasures that we haven't got yet. Like that one there is the main one that I'm got. It's weird because I haven't seen a locked drawer, but then wait a second, Plat. There's some up here. Okay, so I feel like we do end up returning because it's like this area here. Like there's some stuff here. Where are the rest of the treasures actually? So I'm looking at this and it's like it's showing only. We've got 27 out of 41, and yet I'm looking like all over the place and it's not. Alright, is there going to be like a merchant or something up here? Or a save point maybe? There'll be a save point at least at the start of the. Alright, I see that there's one that's armored and the one that's not.
There's 2 of them.
Still not sure what I would need to do. He's gonna. Yeah, they're there. Okay, so we need to try and take out the other enemy, the Gyarados, because the issue here is that we can't just sneak up on them because they're making sound. Can't just sneak up on them because they're making sound, and we also can't sneak up on them because there's multiple enemies around. So we need to keep an eye on our health and stuff. But if we can at least have them fight each other, like.
Gotcha.
Okay, so if we shoot them from behind. Yeah, we just gotta be very, very careful. Oh god, we're actually getting annihilated. I'm trying to run away here to figure out what I'm gonna do. I don't have a lot of health. Armored guy and a. Yeah, we got rid of at least one of them. At least we're close to getting rid of one. They're gonna fight each other as well. Yeah, so they're gonna fight each other, and they're gonna be fighting like these other enemies as well. The biggest issue. No, I'm also running low on health. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with health. I probably need to heal. Yeah, I'm I'm gonna have to heal here only because if I don't heal, I need to shoot these enemies. I need to figure out a good way to. Like, I did get a good stab on one of them. Get a good stab on this one, then maybe it should be okay. They attack each other, and that's good. Well. Also, they don't seem to hear me when I'm. They don't seem to hear me when I'm running. I was also kind of hoping that they would fight each other. The enemies that are here aren't too bad. Uh-oh. I wasn't supposed to I didn't expect him to be this way. That would have been a good sneak attack. Is that I'm dead? I think he should be dead now. The enemies here are gonna be constantly. The enemies here are constantly spawning, and then somehow he knows where we are, even though I didn't make it. So, that's one of those. I need to heal right now. Fortunately, I'm having to waste these healing items, but it is what it is. Obviously, if I now they're fighting each other as well. Wait for the armored one to get down, only because now he's attacking. That was supposed to be a melee attack. Alright, hopefully this will take out this one. Please don't like I think that's it. still flailing around, so I should probably just wait. How did it... Okay, they're fighting each other again. Fine. Like, if they attack each other, it at least weakens them down a bit. I don't know how much longer it takes for the armored one, the non-armored one to, I don't know how many things it takes for the armored one to, go down over the... That's right, the armored one, because we've never fought an armored one before. Surely that should be it for the, unarmored one. I think I've done that at least a few times. Also, no enemies are spawning. Enemies have stopped spawning. How was he able to see us? Oh, I think he was able to see us because we weren't crouched. Not sure why it's taking so long. Do I not have any knives left? Broken knife. Yeah, I don't have any knives left. Look around to see if I can find any. I don't have any knives to stealth attack anymore. Some of those other attempts didn't work. You have to look around. We have a boot knife at least. Alright, so I have another knife, that should be okay. Now we'll just sneak around and deal with these. See that boot? I think that's one we've got. Okay, the armored one is gone. We need to make sure we grab the unicorn horns off of them. And then use this remaining knife, hopefully, on this last one. Let him come up the stairs. I don't think there's anything else left in this room that I haven't found yet. No, there is actually. There's bolts and some mines. I'll wait for him to get up the, wait for him to do whatever he's doing, whether he's going up the stairs or down the stairs, and then we'll follow him. This should be the last stealth attack, I would think.
Damn it.
Alright. Shouldn't be anything else left around. Obviously we'll need to use our... obviously we need to, prepare our knife now, because we don't have a good knife. That's another reason why I should have also done things as well, because I have, I think that's all those done. Guess we just put them in here now. So pretty much when we reach the end of an area, there's gonna be a elegant crown that we can grab. Should be all good. What are we trying to put in, I guess? I just like how, like, I know it's because it's a video game, but it's like, what is their explanation for how to get into the castle? Like, if they want to progress past this area, how are they going to grab the 2 unicorns off of those 2 giant things? Especially since they attack everyone. They attack anybody, so... Ashley. Alright, into the throne room. Cutscene time. Oh, she's been...
Ashley!
No, she hasn't been.
No, don't come any closer!
You hurt?
Watch out!
Oh, there's the,
Continue. Do not resist, my dear. It serves only to make you suffer all the worse.
Please, please!
You sick!
Oh, okay, they... That must be...
Aquí nos despedimos, señor Kennedy.
Hang in there, Ashley. I'm coming for you.
Alright, make your way to the surface. So I think this area here is all very linear. So because it's very linear, we'll just pretty much make our way to the end. Yeah, it's all very linear. Once we make our way to the end of the area, we get a treasure. So now, okay, this explains where we get some of the other ones. So the area is linear, but I'm still going to be looking around because we're getting items.
Gave up the ghost, huh?
Obviously, any items I can find is going to be good.
Talk about sticking the landing. Shit.
I'm going to make sure I avoid these, just in case there's one of those, Garador down here, because I feel like that's just, that there is just pointing to me to be like, hey, like, alert something. Although I can't imagine them putting a Garador in here. Oh, there's stuff in the water. Do I even have any knives? Oh, I do not. I've run out of knives. We had to just do the stealth attack and that up 2 slots. Yeah, we've run out of knives. We've run out of knives, so that means that's not good. I used the knife in the and I had a fully themed knife as well. Maybe I should consider upgrading the strength of the knife. Oh, okay, it's the, where did it go? just running around and like, why is it not letting me fight it? I think it's because I'm hiding under the water, but keep an eye on those. Probably one of them is coming up the water. Okay, so a few ways to go. Which I'll check both ways. Might be items. I'll go right first. Yes. Here. I don't know if that was me getting injured or if it... Oh, I'm somehow back to that way. Trying to look around and see if there's any like items I can grab. I knew I could hear one. I knew I could hear it. Come on. Turn around again and see if I can see its yellow eyes or whatever. There it is. Sapphire, I'll take it. Probably one more. Yep, there it is. Back. And then it's pretty much up. I missed that shot there. Didn't get how this works with the enemy. How did it get back over that way when it jumped? How did it get back over there when it jumped? How did it get back over there when it jumped? There was two of them. Randomly there's a black bass. I mean, I'll take it, it's free health. See what I can make. But we can use this as healing. I don't want to do a GG, only because I might have to, though. Well, if I do a GG, I can at least use it to do GGY. But it's not completely terrible. And we can use it as a healing item. I need... free space again. I could just use an item. Heal. That's gonna store twice as much. That will store 3 times as much. I'd rather do this. Now we have a free item though. I don't need it. Box. Yellow herb, so I can use that. Another enemy. Yep. Another random black bass. Now I wish I hadn't used the... now I don't have enough space. Because I used the healing item to get the bass in, and now I have another bass. But I don't have any room for it. Guess I can just leave it for now. Alright, prisoner's note. Another one dead. How long has it been since I was thrown down here? Meager scraps of food provided in the beginning are gone, and they don't give us more. Pains of hunger and thirst are unbearable. Most have resorted to drinking the black water. First the term was Herminio. He was so weak that he couldn't even walk, then suddenly became mad. By the time his rampage ended, 2 were dead. I think we should drink that dark liquid. Dear Abelardo has also passed, though he thought until the very end. The only thing I can do now is honor the bodies and pray that their souls will find peace. Oh Lord, why do they test us so? Again, I wish I had access to... There's the elegant crown. I see there was a yellow herb that was around, so I want to make sure I grab that. That's going to be useful. Guess I need to use the way to get to the grab that. Alright, so also at this point we're going to be selling an item very soon, because you can combine the elegant crown that we got with a bunch of other stuff and sell it to the merchant. So we need to break the wall on the left and squeeze through. So there's a wall here that I can break. Can I just break this? Oh, okay, I can just break the wall. This is gonna lead me to the herb. Find the yellow herb together, make the RGY. Now we have a full heal plus an extra to get extra as well. And then there's on the left there's going to be a Red Beryl treasure that we can get here. Wait. I don't want to stop at that.
Give me a break.
We're gonna watch for an alcove on the left of the tunnel. Where does this lead? Okay, oh, okay, so we're heading back this way. Getting a lot of resources here, so that actually makes me wonder what... Red herb. I do not have a green... But, I don't think I have anything that I can make. I did have a yellow bird that I could... There's a merchant coming back right there, so... What am I doing? I can discard a... I keep forgetting that I can discard a... like, items to the storage. There's a Red Beryl. I keep forgetting I can put a weapon into the storage. At this point, I put the bolt. This in. Should have done that to get the bats. Right. That done. So then we go to the merchant, and in our inventory we combine the elegant crown with 2 yellow diamond and 3 red beryl. Sell to the merchant for 100 ciders, that gets us a trophy, and we can alternatively have 1 blue sapphire, 1 yellow diamond, 1 emerald, 1 Alexandrite, 1 purple thing, which gives you 5 color bonus and gives it 100,000 thing. If you don't have enough of the required gemstones, keep the crown in inventory, do it later. You can also trade Spinels for 1 yellow diamond thing if we don't have them, but at this point we don't need that, so we'll go ahead and sell the trophy. We have the elegant crown now. Oh, I hear a Stellan near the... Apparently it's like right outside here. I may as well grab it while it's... Just outside the merchant and the sewers. Might take 3. Yeah. Am I missing something? This is another complete. Like, cause I heard it was saying mechanical cadence. I heard mechanical cadence in another area. I'll be down this way. I must be just missing it. Am I in the wrong spot? It's like... It's supposed to be like right here, but I guess I'm just not seeing it? It's not that far off from the thing. It has to be in here. Oh, there. I see it. Okay. Alright, so we'll grab that. That's 10.
Take a look. Something's bound to catch your eye.
We're gonna get a lot of... We're about to get a lot of money here. So we'll save the game. We're about to get a ton of money here. Over 100,000 pesetas, and then they'll get us a trophy, and then also I'll be able to get I should be able to get a lot of other things that I want.
Welcome. Well then, what can I do?
Actually, before I do this, I need to inlay the... Before I do this, I need to inlay the... this is worth 19,000 money. And then what we're going to do is we're going to inlay it with 3... I have 4 red barrels, so I'm going to inlay it with 3 red barrels and 2 yellow diamonds. And that's going to make it worth more money. So I want to inlay it on the... Okay, so you can see that there's... Alright, so I haven't done this before. So obviously it looks like we... So there's the gemstones bonuses, so there's 2 colours are different gemstones, that gives us... so obviously 5 colours is what we're going. 5 colours gives us 3 times bonus. But we can't do 5 colours on this one, only because... actually no, we could. We could do... I think the reason why they don't do 5 colours is because it's worth less. Because of the way using, like, rarer stones. We've got 2 colours, so duo, 2 colours of the same gemstone. 3 colours of gemstones of different colours. Trio, 3 gemstones of the same colour. 2 duos, 4 colours, 4 gemstones of different colours. Quartet, 4 gemstones of the same colour. Duo and trio, 1 duo and 1 trio. Quintet, 5 gemstones of the same colour. And 5 colours, 5 gemstones of 5 colours. Now, I think we're doing the quintet one. Sorry, not the quintet. We're doing the... it says that we can... Let me look. It says that you can do 1 blue, 1 yellow, 1 emerald, 1 thing that will give you a 5 colour bonus that comes to exactly 100,000. However, we're doing one that will give us over 100,000, so that's actually it's actually better for us to do it like that. So, swap to the. So this one here has 4. I'm looking for the elegant crown. Okay, so the elegant crown is currently worth 19,000. We want to inlay it with 2. So a yellow diamond worth 7,000. Another yellow diamond worth 7,000. And then the 3 red beryls, which are worth 9,000. We get a 1.8 times bonus. Because it's a duo and trio. The other one apparently gives a 2 times because there's less gemstones. So, that should work. Hopefully it doesn't undo it when I leave. No, it does not. Alright, so I'm going to save the game and...
Suit yourself, stranger.
Save the game again. And then we'll sell that, and then we'll figure out what we're going to buy.
Welcome.
We'll have 131,000. We want to sell the...
I'll buy almost anything.
I'm going to sell this.
Thank you.
And now we'll have to figure out what we want to do with what we currently have. So obviously I need to repair the knife. Think this up. I need to repair the knife because we haven't got one on us right now. We go sell a single treasure for at least 100,000. Alright, so now we have... I'm not going to repair the armor, because... Actually, no, the armor is almost dead.
A well-tuned weapon
so let's
can
repair
make up for
the
a
knife, because
lack
it's
of
repairing.
skill, friend. That's good work, if I do
And
say
then
so
repair the
myself.
armor.
Give that the care it deserves, mate.
Right. At this point... I will get them all... I get...
Why not try your hand at a
Get
new
more
gun,
space.
stranger? Might save your life. That there's pretty
Now we have more
big.
space.
Enough to get the job done, surely.
So we have 86,000 left. I could...
What you see is what I've got.
See, this is a semi-automatic rifle. If you compare this to the... These are different weapons. I believe. Yeah, so these are different weapons, actually. I probably might buy the Stingray yet, because I don't really think I need it, because it's a semi-automatic. The other one I have... thinking about this, the shotgun, and maybe the broken butterfly, only because I need a magnum, because I have magnum rounds, but I can't use them, the thing for that. So I've got a gun that I can buy here. Also, that means now I can sell the gun. I can sell the current shotgun that I have and get
stranger?
this. That would also be useful. If I sell... Well, that also means if I sell it, it means that I have to buy this. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to buy. The only other stuff I want to buy is this
That
broken
cash
butterfly.
in your pocket all your life. Easy choice, mate.
Everything else I don't think I need. And then I can also buy the Magnum. I can also craft Magnum ammo as well for this. That'd be 7,000. I've also got to consider that I can buy a knife
Your
upgrade
weapons
durability.
are in good hands, mate. I'll see you right.
I've got to look at how much I have. Like I wanted to buy the. If I sell this, I need to buy it. So that would be 38,000.
All my wares are in tip-top
Something
shape.
about 50,000.
I assure you.
And then that would be 42. So that would be both those weapons. And that would be that as well. Also upgrade the weapons. Because this shotgun can eventually be better than the current one that I have, I'm thinking it's better for me to sell that. And also I think it's better for size too. The shotgun currently that I have takes up a lot more space.
I'll buy almost anything.
I need to figure out if there's a way to... This takes up less space in the inventory as well. But I think maybe what I will do is...
tip-top shape.
Because the only stuff I want to buy is this shotgun, potentially this, and that means I'd have to buy that as well. That would be all my money gone. And then I can buy upgrades for the... further upgrades that I
A
can
well-tuned weapon can make
these
up
other
for a
things as well.
lack of skill, friend.
Then it's like, what would I upgrade? This would be durability, and then everything else I'm upgrading is like ammo capacity. I think I'll sell the shotgun. Because like, if I can get a better shotgun, I think getting better shotgun is better.
Ruby's all rubbish, it makes
the shotgun
no
I'm using is
difference
fine.
to the price.
But this one will at least do more
That's
damage.
our choice to make.
I'll sell this.
Thank you.
Buy this.
You'll be shooting off some nasty fireworks in quick succession with that.
And I have Magnum ammo, but I don't have a lot of Magnum ammo. Now, if I buy this, I have to pretty much buy the other things.
What you see
as well.
is what I've got.
I don't know how much Magnum ammo I have. Got 4 Magnum ammo, then I can make Magnum ammo if I need it as well. 42
Cash in
plus.
your pocket all your life.
I feel like because they're giving me Magnum ammo and giving me an opportunity to make it, I should also use this as well. Maybe I could buy the Broken Butterfly as well. And then, what would I not have at that point? I'd then have to look at what I would be using for this.
Knife needs care.
I could buy the Magnum and then buy the
difference
thing, and then
between
I'd have,
life
at that point I can then, or I can just upgrade the weapons, because I'm thinking like the knife is fine, and like my weapons are doing good damage right now, so maybe I should just leave everything for now and not upgrade them and then I can start clearing out my inventory space easier.
Why not try your hand at a new gun, stranger?
If I buy this, that'd be 42,000.
I see you have an eye for things. Guns not just about shooting; it's about reloading.
We have a lot of. I have a lot of
You'll know what
stuff
I'm
I can
talking
sell
about.
anyway. Once we get to that point, and then with the remaining one, we have to buy this so I can craft Magnum ammo.
We've been saving that one for the right customer.
And it's like with this, it's like I don't need to make grenades. I'm finding them. And bolts and mines I don't need to make either because I'm finding them as I use them
in your
and
pocket
they
all your life. Easy choice, mate.
I mean, I could buy. They do allow us to buy resources now, but I don't think I need that. Right now I have plenty of ammo. There's no reason for me to start buying up resources and making ammo when I'm getting them as I go. Like the resources are fine, but right now I'm getting straight ammo. It's like thinking as it is. It's like I need the space for other things. So I do, because I do have gunpowder, but I also remember using it as well.
Time is money, mate.
And I could other things. So I think maybe I can try tuning up a weapon. Upgrade the power of the knife. That means that it's going to do more damage, and then that actually might be beneficial
you best
too.
tune up your kit.
Then I've got ammo capacity as well. That'd be 11 to 12. That would be. Actually, this means it's for more ammo.
See how that feels, mate. A fella like yourself should notice the difference, right?
I think I'll just leave it.
Gotta select.
Let's have a look.
Get yourself killed now.
Alright, so now we have more space and. I have more space and things also. Alright, now I need to just customize the thing now. Let's put this back in. Shotgun was. So I got my pistol. So what I'll do is I'll put everything. Trying to organize everything in terms of like. So that's registered already. Where's the Magnum? Put this. I registered this as here. So now these are the two things. And the two on the side there are the two things. The bottom two are the. That's already there. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guns. Then the grenades and that go on the other side. And also add the bolts. Yeah, because then at this point, this point, the bottom one would be the bolt. Just need to reorganize this spacing. Wait, why can't I? Oh, I need to make the space. That's easy. Now Alright, so now I should have everything sorted. All I need to do is put this back. Be registered. This is the shortcut to here. So now I have my pistol weapons, my machine guns, my specialty weapons, and then grenades as a separate thing. So everything's available, and I can also make magnum ammo now. The magnum ammo costs more, but at least if I have it, I can make the magnum ammo if necessary. Because again, we've got all these other ones here that will eventually, once it gets to the end of the game, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and sell everything as much as possible, and then get the thing, and then probably just use it to buy things. Everything here is fine. Everything's fine. I think that's it. I don't think I need to worry about anything else. Like, again, I probably could have used that $100,000 a little bit better, because primarily I bought weapons, and then, but again, the weapon I upgraded my shotgun, I bought a thing so I can use magnum ammo now, I got an extension of the case so I can carry more items, and also, like, any kind of upgrades that we can get with other things as well, so, need to pull a lever. I think we should be okay. Emergency liquid nitrogen showers requested by Isidro Uriarte Lavera, date of installation November 2nd, 2002. Installation of the liquid nitrogen showers that were requested last month has been completed. Caution: liquid nitrogen is an extremely hazardous substance. Exposure may cause blindness, frostbite, and even death. Handle with care. Chronicles of Pursuit 3. May, 9 years since my awakened. Upon the release of this valve, black liquid shall enter my veins and circulate throughout my entire body. I expect this will be the most painful experience of my life. I await the trial with great anticipation. It is an honor to suffer through the holy labor of rebirth. Next time I awaken, it will be as a true servant of Master Remo. I, Isidro Uriarte Talavera, make this vow. I will surpass the limitations of man and become a true servant of God. I will find the heretics and serve as their executioner, their Verdugo. Getting a bunch of ammo now.
These people are not right.
Also, this looks like it's gonna be like some sort of boss area. Guess we have to go there first. But why are we? We're allowed to head through there, but we can't head through. Ow. Good knife. Notice about power supply. Out of service appliances. Serve electricity. The power has been turned off for some equipment, including the elevator. Can be restored by flipping the circuit breaker located at the very back of the laboratory. Okay. Okay, so we're heading that way anyway.
Something wrong with the power?
Oh. Okay. Something's coming out. This looks like what was that? I remember seeing there's a movie that they do that in. They're doing Predator? I guess they're doing Predator. Alright, I think we're just gonna switch. We're going for the switch, right, aren't we? Here's something. Something in here. I guess I'll just... Okay, there's the switch. The switch. I think we're supposed to do the switch first, yeah? Yeah. So we're supposed to do the switch first. Something down that way. Why did it not let me go through? Why would... Oh, what's down this way? I need to be sure, because, wait a second. The gate opens continues to the end of the hallway. That's the issue, I don't want to go too far. Because there's a treasure here, and yet for some reason we haven't gone and grabbed it yet. Okay, yeah, we don't get this treasure yet because the back of the room has to think. I guess we. I'm just wondering what's in here. Unless we can't get in here yet. Go in yet. I'll have to remember to backtrack to grab that treasure. Oh wait, I was trying to avoid that. So we head enter the room and then there's a switch. And then there's going to be a fight, which this can be missed. But what we want to do is use the panels on the wall to freeze the boss and then fight it. But we wanted to fight the boss here though, because this can apparently be missed, which is very interesting. It's an optional fight. Just wait it out, and or you can either wait it out or wait. Doesn't look like there's anything else, you know? I'm gonna obviously for the trophy because we need to defeat the boss for a trophy. I'm gonna obviously go ahead and do the trophy, but apparently this is optional, so I will keep that in mind. There is several of these that. So it mentions that we want to use the panels on the wall that are powered to freeze the boss. And then at that point we can just do a bunch of damage. I think that's the one we're supposed to push. I just want to see what I'm supposed to do first. Oh, I see. There's your liquid nitrogen. Okay, so you can only use each. That's the liquid nitrogen. Power has been restored. Now we have to deal with lightning.
You're Ramon's lapdog.
Now we want to do. Oh,
it's a good look for you.
Now that it's frozen, it's not frozen anymore. Now I've got to find this next.
So we're playing hide and seek, is that it?
Okay, so once it's used, we can't do anything about it. Where are the rest of them? Where are the rest? I also missed a green herb. It was saying maybe we have to like. Oh, I get it. We have to head out. So it's pretty much just whenever we find one of those things is when we. But it's probably we've dealt with it the first time. So now we need to find where the second switch is, I guess. At least I think that's what it's supposed to be. Use the panels on the wall that are powered to freeze the boss when you're first, and then it says before leave. Okay, so I think we're supposed to exit because it mentions about you can wait out the power to the elevator and escape instead of killing the boss. Because we're heading back to the elevator, so we have to go and do this. I've already dealt with the first one. First time was where it was. Where is this next
What's your
one?
move?
Probably behind us, right? Oh, there it is. Alright, so now we need to, keep shooting at it to do more damage until the. Now, on the next one, I think is. Oh. I should probably be not looking for ammo. What situation? I should be finding our way, trying to figure out where the. We can combine this one. Yeah, I should wait, count. Well, I can use the pass. Actually, why am I using the pass? I can use the one that will give me extra health. Need to also look for the. I'm looking for the other. I need to find this other. Yeah. Please don't like have that glitch.
It's different, huh?
Oh, it's the dead one. It didn't die. That actually is, I guess I've now just got to keep fighting it. No more of these left. As far as I know, there's no more of these left.
You son of a bitch!
Although it is very close. I can see its exposed head now. See its exposed head at least. Last time I don't think it had an exposed head, so and I don't think there's any more panels. The one. I don't remember seeing any others. Oh, where did he? Okay, so he just come out of anywhere. Fine. Okay, I think I don't think there were any others. I just remember it saying that there were. Like, I don't want to wait it out. I want to fight it. I need to defeat it and fight. For some reason, it's not. I think I ran out of like. Oh. I don't think there's any other opportunities that I have to. Use liquid nitrogen on it anymore.
Shit.
Unless I can reuse the ones that I've already used. Need to keep an eye on my health as well. Right now I need to heal. And I don't know how I can reuse these or not. One that I used last time or not. Doesn't help that my aim for its head isn't great either. I don't know how much health it actually has. I'm gonna have to check to see if there's any other, like... I don't think there is, because I remember it was just saying for extra damage. I think they mentioned there was like 3 panels. Easiest way to do damage is to use the panels, because there was one in the starting area. One in the starting area, there was one that was like in this area here, and then there was one. That's the underground laboratory that we couldn't get into before. And then there's probably one like around the thing, but like, I'm pretty sure I've used all of them. So I'm gonna have to now just fight it like a normal fight. It's not working, but I'm wasting all this ammo on it. It is optional, right? That I need it for the trophy. My main concern is I'm gonna run out of ammo. But my main concern is that I'm gonna run out of healing items. Pretty sure there's no more. There shouldn't be any more. I need to check in this room. I can't remember if there. It doesn't. I don't remember there being any in this room. The only thing I can think of is that there's some in there, but I don't remember seeing it. Might be. That's the only other thing I need to check. These like don't. So there's none in here. There's none in here. So that means that it's I need to just beat him in a fight. Right. I don't know how many more hits this is going to take to destroy this, but considering I've been shooting all my best weapons at it. Right, that was a lot of...
Finally, some peace and quiet.
Gold monocle, that was a lot of wasted ammo. Alright, well, before we leave, we need to grab that yellow diamond, and then we will be at Chapter 11, and then we, assuming that there's going to be a save point. So we'll finish up there once I get to the thing. I need to head back to this. So unfortunately that was where I was stuck. Alright, so yeah, right at the start of the next chapter there's going to be a... Right at the start of the next chapter there's going to be a save point, which is where we start the shooting gallery, so... And that's going to be my any point, but fortunately for me, I was using the I was fighting that thing, and I thought I was doing really good damage, but I used all the handgun ammo on it, and then I used all my handgun ammo. I've used all my submachine gun ammo, I used all my shotgun ammo, and then I'm now on my assault rifle. That was what killed it. So the last thing to do is just grab this, so sync the trophy up as well. That's an optional fight, and you can skip that, so maybe I should have skipped that, but... So why is my things loading up this? Please stop doing this. I don't know why you keep doing this every time I use this guide. Alright, so... That's optional. So, insert a gemstone to an item to feed the Verdugo and sell a single trophy. Yeah. That's, unfortunate, but well. I will end up, doing the thing. Grab this treasure, head to the thing, and then there's the very first thing we do is there's a merchant. So there's a save point there with the merchant. Which, we'll save first, and then, we'll be done. Hopefully I can get some... ammo back. First aid spray, and some gunpowder. Those were the only 3 options that I had with them. So maybe I should have just used more powerful weapons, but I was just shooting at it, so I figured that what I was doing was fine. I probably should have used more powerful weapons. It's okay, we can just we'll do with that. We'll head to where we have to go, and then a save point. This will be the end of the chapter, which will have a save point, but then I like to have this actual save point where I actually don't have to, because if I loaded it from where I did, I would have to then. We'll just finish this.
Your suffering came in, just as it has from his daughter, who has joined us in communion, and now she is of our flesh, of our blood. My faithful disciple will show her the path. Go now. Deliver to these vagrant children their salvation. As you wish.
I know who that was. I haven't seen that character. Oh, there's Louise.
I'll make it cheap for you.
Haven't seen him in a little bit. Alright, so that's chapter end. Depth is held. 2 hours, 30 minutes, 50 enemies killed, 68, so good little thing there. Typewriter. Okay. And right, so we go next because even though I'm saving the game here, it's I want to make sure that when it loads, that I don't miss something. We'll finish off this. And there's the shooting gallery is right at the front, so.
Feeling better?
Yeah. Seems like it worked.
Bad news? All we've done is buy you some time. The suppressant's effects will wear off all too soon. You ready to go?
Don't worry about me. Ashley is the priority.
In that case, we know what we have to do. Then come, Sancho Panza! Let us rescue the Princess Dulcinea!
You can hurt yourself.
Hey, that was my dance. Okay, we hurry, I get it.
Why help me, though? What's in it for you?
No need to be suspicious. I said I'd help you, didn't I?
Yeah, so we're completely out of ammo. Granted, there's our shooting range. That's where we'll be heading off to anyway. Obviously the ladder is heading towards where we're supposed to go. Red herb, a couple of ammo, I think so. Performance log date October 11th. Today was the worst day of my life. It's my daughter's 5th birthday, but here I am, stuck on a mangy boat, headed out to some back county dump. Went for the pay, no one would be willing to work out the middle of nowhere. Day, October 19th. Those in the castle are always reminding us to take care during the excavation, but a few workers had to collapse after inhaling some dust. There's something going on here, but they're not telling us. There are too many secrets. I've started coughing too. I should sleep. Date, October 26th. Something really wrong with me. I threw up blood 3 more times today, and I'm so weak I can barely move. Never should have come here. I came for the money, but instead I am the one paying the price. I'm a terrible father. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. You deserve better. Date, October. Since morning, head don't work. Why? More blood threw up. Many insects crawling. I hear a voice. Date. Fine day to work. Digging brings me so much joy. I'm full of happiness. Offer it all to you. Everything for you, Lord Sad. So, that's...
I've got some new items in stock.
Where's the...
Come take a look.
Is there no typewriter here?
Gun rhymes with fun for a reason,
Where's
stranger.
There's no typewriter here. Oh, there it is right here. Typewriter's right here. So I probably could have gone in here. So I went and through this way anyway. Break that. Typewriter's right here, it doesn't matter. Alright, we'll go and save the game here, and then we'll pull that forward today. So we just finished we finished all of chapter 10, and we've just done chapter 11. So these chapters last quite a bit, and then when we start the next time, we will be doing the... we'll be going to the shooting gallery and doing the rest of the other stuff, but essentially what happened is we ended up... we got to there anyway, and then I would have gone and... before I went and got the stuff, I think I would have gone and broken that crate anyway, and then gone and saved, so... we'll continue on there from the next time, but with all that being said, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Every like, comment, subscription, view on this video gets me closer to monetization. Helps make my content for you all. My content become more accessible and easy to find. Upload my past Plat reacts as well as Let's Plays and Let's Plays to the channel. Including Far Cry 6, Sifu, The Quarry, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Octopath Traveler, Lego Star Wars Subscriber for Saga, Verdugo, Post-Score Final Fantasy 7 Reunion, Cuphead, Stray, Marvel's Avengers, Dark Pictures Anthology, The Devil and Me, Days Gone, Resident Evil 3 Remake, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Like a Dragon Ishin, as well as this game. Until for the future, the best way to watch my videos is live or when they are on delay. Well, I'm working on a Plat Play Pass segment for all the games I have Plat Trophy for, as well as a special sub-segment for the games on Switch, and also a Triangle Strategy World 3 Sin speedrun. Upload everything to my YouTube channel because I have a 7-day limitation before my videos are permanently deleted, and I'd like that for there to be a second home to do them as well. And you'll also get a notification when I go live if you're watching on YouTube. Follow me on Twitch at 50 followers. I'll be doing Octopath Traveler Galdera speedrun, and we're also rich affiliate, which means I get monetization as well. Get to make a bunch of subscriber emotes and incentives to support me and the channel going forward to the future. And you'll also get a notification when I go live if you're watching on Twitch. And I also get a 7-day limitation extension on my videos so that they stay up on the channel longer as well. Follow me on Twitter to be notified when I go live, and if you wish to add me on Discord, I will send you a friends Discord server. Close to 2,000 members, still going strong, plenty of games to discuss there as well. I'm very active there, and you'll also get a notification when I go live if you're on there as well. So with all that being said, rest of the day, night, wherever you all are, and I will see you later.